Hi, friends and fellow Earth Angels. It's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering April 18th to the 24th, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings. So my setup is different for this week. I am in beautiful sunny Sedona, Arizona. I surprised a group of women on a retreat, so I couldn't announce that I was going to be away because I have people who watch my videos who are on this trip. So I'm here. It's going to look a little different. I'm just going to actually just pick the cards that I'm going to use for the video, and then I'll do the reading. It might be a little shorter. I thought it would be perfect to be in front of the fire. It's very informal, but I wanted to make sure that I shared a reading with you this week. So let me share with you the cards that I'll be using. So I will be pulling from the EarthAngel Oracle card deck, and then I will be pulling what to surrender this week, a card from the Cherub Angel cards, a message of healing from Crystal Angels, and finishing with Divine Abundance. All right, so let me start and pick an angel for the week. Actually, let me open up space. Sure. So let me invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the Divine Mother and Father, and all their holy beings of light who would like to assist with this guidance for you this week. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was, the messages that are channeled be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. It's so funny how when you're out of your routine and your element, you just forget all the things. So let's begin. All right, what angel wants to come out this week? Let's go with this one. All right. Oh, so we have Archangel Michael, and the message says, you are safe. It says, I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. Archangel Michael is the angel that helps us move through worries and fears. He is, I always say he's the guardian of the light. He is an earth angel's bodyguard. You all know Michael very well with the sirens that always go by in my videos. So if you've been challenged or challenged this week, Michael is reminding you that you are safe. So here's the thing. The theme this week for this group that I'm working with is grow through what you go through. And I feel like it can be so symbolic for so many of us. You know, when we're being squeezed, or we feel like our life is changing, or we feel like we want to take that leap of faith into the unknown, it can be very scary. It can be very confusing. The ego can come up and stop us from moving forward. So I feel like Michael is reminding you this week that you are safe. You are always safe. So if you have challenges, trials, tribulations this week, please invite him into your life. And as many of you know that I'm going to share anyway, is that my sign for the Archangel Michael being present and around is sirens, fire trucks, ambulances, cop cars, sirens. For me, over the years, I've interpreted it as help is on the way. You're not alone. So what does Michael suggest that you surrender this week? Let's see. Oh, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. I can't do it, or I don't know what I'm doing. So, if you're getting ready to move forward and those outdated beliefs about yourself are coming up, it says let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar into your life. So maybe you'll have opportunities this week come up. Maybe that leap of faith is upon you. I feel like even just sitting with the Archangel Michael and asking him to show you anything that may be hindering you from moving forward, you can ask him to show you. Let me see. Usually this is, let's say, if sometimes it's education, sometimes it's money, sometimes social status, sometimes like our upbringing or where we've come from. All these things can be limiting and activate that I'm not good enough. And I feel like Michael is reminding you, or even God is reminding you, if you have been gifted, if you have been empowered, if you have been guided to move forward in an area, God will move mountains to make sure that you're able to bring your light and your gifts to the world. And I feel like that's being cleared out this week. And Michael's reminding you that he walks with you. You're never alone. So let me see. Okay, so I'm going to ask the cherub angel cards. I'm going to connect with your inner child. And I'm going to ask your inner child, what does your inner child need to assist you with this and moving forward? Let's see here. Whoa. Oh, tell an adult about bullies. Oh, so let me see here. So this can also be something that could be happening inside of us. How, when, what if you're being hard on yourself. Sometimes we can really struggle with patience with our journey. I'm seeing that image of Veruca from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. She wanted the golden goose and she's like, I want it now. So sometimes this could be our inner bully, that part of us that's constantly pushing, right? So some of you might need rest. Sometimes old beliefs are like, I've got to work hard and I've always got to be going and moving and doing. And, sometimes the inner child's like, I just need some rest. So it can feel all the giving we're doing, overgiving, oversharing, overdoing, it could feel like to the inner child a bully that's constantly pushing. So check in with yourself this week and see that. Are you in that space of like needing rest, needing to shift into that feminine energy of receiving, but this other part of you is like, oh, I've got all these have-tos and I've got all these shoulds and all these responsibilities, right? We're reminded that change happens from the inside out, right? Law of attraction, the law of magnetism is like when we're constantly in that hustle, work state, gotta do, gotta go, gotta make something happen. What we're going to do is continue to create more of that energy. So I'm feeling maybe like a time out this week, maybe a time out to reset, to just observe what's going on inside of you and how you're feeling. That could be a pathway to transformation, right? If we never stop and we never listen, we then reside and live and exist in the mind, right? That runs around in circles. And like I said, then we attract bullies in our lives because that's what's a reflection of what's going on inside of us. So let me just get some more information here. So what message of healing, Michael, do you have for the group this week? Earth Angels. Fluorite. Oh, natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you, naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. How beautiful is that picture? So maybe you're trying to be something that somebody wants you to be, but it's not your natural way of being. And like I said, these things could be happening inside of you. maybe you thought things were supposed to happen a certain way. Maybe you thought you were supposed to have experiences a certain way. And I'll tell you, with this new energy that we came into with 2021 and the age of Aquarius and all the shifting on the planet, I just feel like these challenges, these trials and tribulations are giving us an opportunity to go deeper into ourselves, to get to know ourselves on deeper levels. And then we share that. We share our growth process. We become stronger and courageous. And that light that's within shines brighter and brighter. The more we shed, the more we clear, the more we face these things, right? The more we look at them from a place of compassion and kindness. I have realized that I can be controlling, wanting things the way I want them. And not necessarily with people, but with myself. And so I've really kind of had to, especially on this trip that I've been on, activate the energy of flow, going with the flow, and just kind of showing up to life in the moment. And I've had so many magical moments on this trip. I've been here for a week now. I still got a couple days to go, and it has been I feel like shedding of skin, right? You don't know until you know, and then when you know, you do better. So we're in this place of things being revealed to us, especially as we're in this new moon in Aries, right? This brand new 12-month zodiac cycle. We have to kind of know, right? We have to kind of know what we need to focus our energy on. So I feel like things are still being revealed. And I feel like that's where, we're being reminded here about being ourselves as God made you naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. We really have to get into that space of being completely loving, accepting, and gentle for the person that we are, right? So I used to come on this trip. I used to come on this trip specifically for every year for like 8 years, and I just wasn't able to the last couple of years. And I was reminded of this week about, I practiced seeing myself through other people's eyes, right? And I remember saying, like, I just wish sometimes that I could love me and see love of me as other people see love through me. So I just observed that, and it really helped me to open up. So I encourage you to maybe talk to people that you love, people that feel safe to you, who genuinely love you, and ask them, like, what is unique about me? What is authentic about me? What is special about me? And allow them to just reflect back to you your natural gifts. That's a big thing, I mean, it's not an easy thing to ask people, and to receive kindness and loving words. And I just found myself this week thanking these beautiful women. There's 47 of us on this trip. And I just found myself thanking these women for loving me, thanking them for showing me love through their eyes. And it was just such a transformation, and it really kind of connected me with this oneness and feeling safe in the world. And and it helped me get to deeper parts of me and my authentic self. So that could be something, if you're going through shedding and you're going through healing, ask those people that are closest to you, that love you so much, like, what do they love about you? What are your gifts? What do they see? And then give yourself an opportunity to receive that without rejecting it. I know sometimes it's a little challenging, being able to receive, others' reflection of you through their eyes. That's really a beautiful and challenging experience. But I encourage you to do that this week, even if it's just one person. And okay, let me finish here. It's not going to be a very long reading. Let's see. Non-duality. So let your authentic humanity shine forth, friends. I mean, right here. Natural beauty and authenticity. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both, right? I just feel like this is an extension of that message about giving and receiving, right? We can give to humanity, but we can also receive from our inner divine. This is also feeling, one of the themes on this trip was really getting back into your heart center, really getting back into that heart wisdom, right? So many of us, or so many of the world in a lot of ways outside of the EarthAngel Collective, like operate through their mind, right? And the mind is based on what you know. When we can drop down into the divine heart, this is what I feel like Mary Magdalene and Jesus were sharing with the world when they were working and speaking and connecting with people. They're really teaching us about our divine heart, where true wisdom is. And that is the unknown, right? The messages and the guidance that we get, especially as earth angels right now, you're getting some magical messages and guidance to take these leaps of faith, right? So I feel like dropping down out of the head and into the heart and listening to the heart's wisdom, right, gives us an opportunity to be inspired to serve others and be in service. But it also, when we're operating through the heart, through that inspirational pull, what happens is it energizes us, right? It energizes our body, and then we give from the overflow. So I feel like this is what we're being reminded of. Sometimes when we're constantly existing in the mind and in the head, it can be so depleting and so draining, all that mental energy, right? So, as kind of part of one of the messages that I got is like to drop down into my body and ask what feels good. What do I feel like today? I remember at one point I felt like, excuse me, I felt like I wanted to go on a walk. So I leave my suite and I go down to the road, and I met one of the women down there that it was just kind of a random meeting that was part of our group, and she was going to do this labyrinth walk that was part of our retreat resort. And it's so funny because I looked up at the lady, she pulled over, I looked up at the lady, and the lady who was facilitating the labyrinth walk was like literally waving me over. So I'm walking over with this this woman, one of the ladies on the retreat, and I kind of laughed. I'm like, that's so funny. Here I am, inspired to go for a walk, and then the divine now has me doing a labyrinth walk. And it was phenomenal because with the labyrinth, it's believed that when you walk into it around counterclockwise, you're releasing. And then when you go to the middle and turn around and come back, you're receiving when you go clockwise. So, and it was exactly what I needed to hear at the beginning of my trip. So when we listen to the call of the heart and we're open to whatever happens next, right? I could have been like, oh, nope, I need to go on this walk and I need to go, this place, and this is what I set intention. But I was open to flow. I was open to the experience, and I kind of just had a little chuckle about how the universe had a different kind of walk in mind. And this is what I mean when we're present and we're showing up and we're listening and we're pausing and we're creating stillness. We're able to hear the wisdom of the heart. And I feel like that's what so many earth angels are getting deeper into. Now, I totally want to talk more about that as time goes on. I'm learning here myself, and I'm awakening this newfound wisdom within me, which is fascinating, but I will not share it until I feel confident enough and I've had enough experiences that I want to share. So I feel like these messages this week are just reminding us about our authentic self, and then the self that the world is expecting of us, and maybe just observing that this week, right? Sometimes when we come face to face with our shadow, or we come face to face with our wounds or the scary parts, right? The things that we don't want to admit to. It can seem scary, but I encourage you to kind of lean into it from a place of observation, and then asking Archangel Michael to lead the way one step at a time. Wow. This is powerful. I mean, of course, this message and this reading can, mean so much to so many different things to so many different people. So I think it's so fascinating here. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine, right? Be of service to others, but also remember to be of service to yourself. Maybe some of you, you need to drink your water, eat healthy food. Maybe you need to, take care of your physical body gently, exercising on a regular basis, really just to feel good, not because there's something wrong with you or, you don't look a certain way. It's more of just to energize your body. I feel like for some of you, maybe this week you'll feel energetically depleted and tired. So check in with what your thoughts have been and what's been on your mind. Maybe it's connected to these, right? And Michael is reminding you you're safe, and the divine is helping you get back into your expansive self. There was a point where I was sitting on top of a mountain, and it was so gloriously high on the mountain, and at that moment I just felt like so much larger than life. Like I felt expansive. It was pretty wild. And I was watching people come up this mountain, and they were so tiny, and I felt so massive, and I felt so large. And I know many of you don't know me, but I'm a tiny human. I'm barely 5 feet. So I don't often get to feel expansive like that, large like that. And I just felt like I had that experience where I felt my aura or my energy expand into the vastness of the mountains that I was looking at, which was incredible. So, and in that, other stuff came up, right? My outdated beliefs about myself, the inner bullies, and those programs. So Michael is your angel this week, reminding you about your authentic self. Sometimes we have to look at these shadow traits and transform them. I say quickly, easily, and effortlessly. All right, so this is a short video this week. I appreciate your, your flexibility, I guess, with my adjustment, with my shaking of the phone this week. I know it's not great, but I still got beautiful messages out here. So let me close space, thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance for us this week. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done. And so it is. All right, so next week's reading will be back to normal. Let me share with you this beautiful fire that I've had in my suite. It's been very nice sleeping with. And I love you. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.